What's good? It's your boy E coming at you again with another one real quick. Just a little quick market recap. Go ahead and check out the SPY. I mean, here's the SPY over the last few days. Again, we're in this downtrend, whatever. Found the bottom here, back over here, down here. Again, this is the last few days. So 357.20s. Looks like it bounced off of that and then rallied up 2 days and then kind of like gapped back down overnight, down to this 371.35 level right here today. So basically, the market took a little breather, tried to wash out a little bit, and then found a bottom at this 371.30s level, around here. Basically 371 it found the bottom at. You could call it 371 or 371.50. And then from there, it kind of like reclaimed, and it's kind of been in an uptrend, ever since it found this bottom. It put in this bottom over here, right? But again, my thesis remains the same, as in I'm not trying to buy any dips during a recession in a downtrending market, and I held true to that. And what I traded today was Meta once again, because I just find that Meta is a large, like, mega cap basically, and it's easier to trade, especially when you're scalping options. All right. The spreads are the spreads are close. If you have to go ahead and get out with the market order, you feel me? But it looks like, along with the SPY and the Qs, Meta found the bottom. Like, I mean, if you want to get technical, I guess the bottom's like right here. So around what, 134.90s? I mean, it fell a little bit lower than that at some points, but we'll call it. We want to encompass as many wicks as possible. But again, this is the intraday chart. Now, I'm sure if you scroll out and look at a higher time frame, this 134.90 corresponds with some level. So that would be like around here, 134.88. So right around here. And you could see on the daily, you got a nice little double bottom around here. And that's why Meta bounced off of that level. What did I call it? 134.90s. So about somewhere around there. But again, this is a daily chart. But look how many days Meta chopped around this level right here. And I guarantee you this 134.90s level, the high 134s, corresponds with that level off the SPY that we found, that it bounced off of right here, this 371. So 371.50 and 134.90. Those two levels correspond with each other. So that's something that you can go ahead and put in the memory bank. I was done trading today. I mean, I stayed in the markets a little longer, but I was done trading by like 11:30. So basically, let's go to the 1 minute, because like when I'm executing orders, I'm usually executing on the 1 minute for my entries. So basically, looking at this Meta chart right here, market open, little indecision, little consolidation, another doja candle, indecision, and then I seen it starting to bounce off the open, decent volume, 350,000 shares traded. But again, I'm looking at the SPY, the Qs, Apple. Basically, that's it. A few other charts I may flip to and look at. Those are the main charts that I keep open and pay attention to. And that basically, the SPY, the Qs, and Apple are going to tell you which direction the overall trend is heading in when you're dealing with large cap, mega caps. I'm watching Meta, sticking to my rules. I'm letting the first few candles of the range set in. So you could say like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, waited about 5 to 10 minutes before actually jumping in. But once I seen this weakness right here, see these wicks on top, I was seeing some topping action. And notice, we're under the 120. So we're basically setting in the top of the range for that, around that time. What I did was went ahead and grabbed me a couple puts and faded them all the way down here, right? Just one trade, didn't even scale out or anything. Faded them down, got out. All right, and then I was looking for my next entry. At that point. And I only made like three trades today. That was it. 3 trades today and I was done. Hit my daily goal. So faded this first one. This was the best move of the day for me. That fade. and then I was just scalping and selling the rips, the rest of the day. I seen these three candles right here. Look, wicks on the top signifies weakness for me. We're already under VWAP. We're already under the 120. It was looking weak. Basically, from the wicks you can see, and then this thing couldn't even bounce up and test VWAP. So I know it's weak. It can't even test VWAP, let alone cross over it at this point. So I went ahead, grabbed some more puts and faded them down, got out. Bounce it again, grabbed a few more, faded them down and got out. All right. And then I kind of then I took like a little break for a little bit because I was distracted. And again, like never try to trade and be in the markets when you can't be like totally in the markets and you have distractions, because it's going to cause you to not be on point and make mistakes. And then what happens then when you're trading, when you're distracted, is now you're basically, I know, at least for me, like then I'm playing the blame game. I'm like, oh, well, I was distracted. That's why I lost money, blah, blah, blah. And what that does is it doesn't allow you to focus, first of all, and then zero in on points where you may need to improve something about your process, because then you're blaming it on the distraction. And you don't know if it's something wrong with your process or if it's the distraction. And I just found myself in that position a few times. So I try not to trade when I'm distracted. That's it. Just don't trade when you're distracted. But yeah, from this weakness right here, faded it. Then I stayed out for a little bit. But then if you look right in this area right here, you see this area of consolidation right there. That little area of consolidation right there. Look at that. We're just chopping around sideways. And I felt like it was weak because we're chopping around sideways. There's a bunch of wicks on top. We're far beneath VWAP. We're far beneath the 120. The red to green line, the previous close is way up there. And the market's downtrending. So, all this weakness right here. And then once I seen it was looking like it was breaking down past my short term and the 9, I went ahead, grabbed a few more contracts and faded it down, right? I faded it down here. I grabbed a few more contracts, faded it down, sold most of it, and then faded it down here. I had one left, right? And this is the point where I was distracted. So I seen it, like I could have got out here, right? And then I seen it bouncing up, crossing over the 9 in my short term up to this level here. Like I think it's 136, 135.75. I seen it bounce up here and I held it because at this point I'm already green on the day, so I want to see how far I could fade the contract. And again, it faded, hit that resistance, sold off again, and faded down here. And for some reason, I felt like the markets were going to keep going lower, so I held on to it. I could have got out the last one right here, but I didn't. Like I said, I didn't. And this is around the time where I was distracted at. And I'm seeing it chop around, but I'm still believing in my thesis that, we're in a downtrending market. Feel me? So I didn't get out, right? And then all of a sudden, we crossed over the short term and the 9 EMA, and then we're chopping around this resistance, broke above it. And then at this point, I seen it starting to get strong, and I got out. And I was done for the day at that point. Like I said, it's when you're trading large cap, mega caps, and you're basically scalping options, whether bullish or bearish, it's kind of easy to determine which direction the market's going in. As long as you can determine which direction the market's going in, then it's easy from that point. But like when we start chopping around and reversing trend, that's when it becomes a little more challenging. And again, I had already hit my daily goal at that point, so there was no need for me to keep trading. On this reversal right here, I mean, a person with the opposite thesis as me could have just waited for this washout right here. All right. And then once it found the bottom, you could have took some calls to the upside and been just as profitable, if not more. You feel me? So I mean, either way you decide to go, I mean, there's opportunity out here. Again, you just have to do your homework, do your due diligence, and basically that's it. But look, here's what this meta chart looks like when you zoom out a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 days. Bottom ran up, sold off, ran up, then sold off, bounced up, ran up, sold off, ran up, kind of chopped around, but ran up, sold off, ran up. So every day this week, you could have, basically did pretty good, short or long meta. Really doesn't matter. You just have to pay attention to the overall market and then formulate your plan based on which way the market's going. So again, just wanted to touch base with you guys regarding the markets today and what my plan and thesis was and what setups I took. Also wanted to show you guys something else. All right, because like I've been saying, go grab my daily watch list in the morning briefing because there's gems in there as well. You feel me? And for instance, these are some of the stocks that I had on the watch list this morning. Here you go. Here's one that was on the watch list. Watch list comes out before market open. Comes out about 8:50, 8:45, or 9 o'clock. Always 30 minutes before market open, but sometimes a little earlier. But look, this was on my watch list today. Some decent some decent range on this thing. Look, if you're just looking for some plays to trade, maybe you don't want to deal with options or anything like that. Look, that's some nice range right there. Look, 208 up to almost $3. Decent, and it's cheap, small cap. So you can definitely grab a couple thousand shares of that. Bounced it, and you don't need the whole move. You just need the meat of the move. So maybe from like 210 to up here 275. 65 cents. That's not even the whole move. A couple thousand shares. So even if you just grab 1,000 shares, I'm at 600. So 600. Now, if you grab a couple thousand shares, then we're talking in the grands. But just on 1,000 shares, you feel me? You could have made bank there, almost $1,000. So that's one off the watch list. Here's another one that was on my watch list. Now, the watch list isn't telling you which trades to take and to go long on these stocks. It's basically showing you the opportunity that's out there. So, this one had decent volume in pre-market and chopped around. And then off the open, it gave you a nice little bounce. And then it faded for the rest of the day. So, I mean, obviously, you probably wouldn't want to be going long on this, but you can definitely short that. You could have shorted that thing and made some bank. So that's another one that's on the watch list. Here's another one that was on the watch list. I mean, it just gapped up in pre-market with some decent volume. But look, off the open, you could have shorted that down here. And I mean, most of the time, I don't really like to deal with a lot of low float stocks like this. Some people like to trade these small cap penny stocks or whatever, the small caps. Again, here's another one that was on the watch list. Not telling you which direction to go, long or short, or telling you where to take a position, but just showing you where there's some opportunity at. And look, this thing ran up pre-market and just faded the rest of the day. Another candidate that you could have went short on right here from what, 162, 160s all the way down to like 115, 110s. So that's a 50-cent move right there. And look how cheap it is. Definitely grab a few thousand of those. Short it, fade it down. You feel me? And then the last one I had on my watch list was SOXL. And yeah, off a market open, it was chopping around, bounced a little bit, wouldn't trust it. But look what it's done since then. After we put in the bottom of the range, look. This thing's been freaking grinding up steadily. Definitely some range to trade off of on these. So again, if you're not, in the trading options or not familiar with them and just want to stick to traditional trading, I have the watch list for you guys where it's not going to tell you what to trade. I'm never going to tell you what positions to put on or take off. But what I can do is make you aware of opportunity and inconsistencies in the market and things that have volume and the potential to run. All right. And I mean, an example of the watch list. Look, Won't look exactly like this because it'll be in Discord, but it gives you some stuff. And this is like maybe 10% of the whole list. This is just stuff that has the potential to run, and it also gives you levels, whether you're a bull or a bear. All right. So, go ahead and just wanted to touch base with you guys and let you know what happened in the markets today, at least for me. And market's still open right now, actually. But like I've been done trading since before lunchtime because once I hit my daily goal, I basically try to get out because I find that when I overtrade, I tend to lose money. And my last trade did end up, I started giving money back because again I was distracted. I had already hit my daily goal, so I was done trading. But again, the market's still open and I'm done. You feel me? And now I'm free to move on to my next project or whatever. You feel me? So again, it's your boy E coming at you with another one from Finance Solutions. Don't forget to hit that sexy like button, subscribe, hit the bell, and get the hell over to my Patreon and Discord to sign up for that daily morning watch list and market briefing so you can gain that edge, brethren. Peace.